Hello and welcome to the Everything is Black and White podcast on YouTube. Andrew Muscovy. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. We're here to celebrate the news that Joelinton has signed a new 4-year deal at Newcastle United and just look a little bit deeper into the reaction and what it means long term for Newcastle United. As I said yesterday on a video, it's about much more than Joelinton signing a contract. It's about the message that it sends out to several key players in Newcastle United's future. I'm not just talking about the players in terms of the star men already here, like Bruno, like Anthony Gordon, but I'm talking about potential arrivals in the summer as well. It shows that Newcastle United not only want to keep the best players, but can keep the best players. It shows that the board room, those making the decisions, they recognise and reward hard work, and no one's worked harder than Joelinton. No one's come on a bigger journey than Joelinton, and no one's really played, I don't think, a bigger role than Joelinton. For me, he was player of the season last season as Newcastle got to a cup final and qualified for the Champions League, and they have missed him so much since picking up that injury in the Weirtime derby back in January. Looking forward to seeing him hopefully back in May, fighting fit. But he has been absolutely superb. His deal was coming to an end. He wanted to have talks, get a better deal for himself and the club. To their fairness, they haven't rolled over, but they've given him a pay rise, they've given him a bumper deal. And I think that says to the likes of Bruno, to the likes of Anthony Gordon, to Alexander Isak, look, if you play well and you score the goals, you help this club become successful, then yeah, we're prepared to listen and we're prepared to reward your hard work with better terms, with a better contract. And the fact that Joelinton has got a 4-year deal, rumoured to have a pay rise and take him up to the top bracket of earners at Newcastle United, that can only be a good thing. And when the other players are wondering, well, will Newcastle United value me here? They certainly do. They certainly mean business. And for potential arrivals, it just says, look, we want to keep our best players, and we can keep our best players. You come to Newcastle United, you're going to be playing with some top quality players like Joelinton. As I said there, 4-year deal. It was the news everyone wanted. It was the news everyone had really expected this week after it was broken in the media about the deal being close to being completed. I'm just going to read you a few quotes from Joelinton after he spoke to the club website. The news came out about 5 p.m. this evening on Thursday, the 11th of April. This is what he said to the club website. I feel great, I feel happy, and my family is happy. A lot of things have happened in my years here. I've learned a lot and grown a lot, and for me to come here to Newcastle was the best decision of my career. I love playing for the club, I love the club, I love the fans. We had a lot of discussions and I always wanted to be here. I'm glad to continue and I hope to have success in the years to come. And like I said, no one's been on a bigger journey than Joelinton, because let's be quite honest, he was pitiful up top. When he arrived, £40 million, leading striker, awful, couldn't hit a barn door. He just didn't look comfortable. He looked out of his comfort zone. The fans let it be known that they thought he was a waste of money. He wasn't a striker. In all fairness, he wasn't. It did look like a waste of money. And then just by a mistake by Kieran Clark getting sent off against Norwich, he's thrown it in that middle and he hasn't looked back since. He's been an excellent box-to-box midfielder, bringing the physicality to the middle, being a bit of protection. He can carry the ball, and this season as well started adding goals to his game, which was really important. I say they've missed him a lot, and he loves playing for Newcastle United. You can see that when he's on the pitch, the way he celebrates, but also you see him out and about in the northeast, and he's always stopping for photographs, always stopping for autographs. My cousin bumped into him. I'm not sure where she was, but she bumped into him with her little ones, and they got photographs. And Joelinton stops for everyone. He makes the time and effort. I think he really understands what this club means to the fans, to you guys, and he really understands that he's in a privileged position without a shadow of a doubt. Head coach Eddie Howe told the club website this has been a big priority for us off the pitch, and I'm absolutely delighted Joelinton has committed his future to the club. He's an exceptional player and person, and the love he has for the club is reciprocated by all of us here. He brings unique qualities to the group and undoubtedly makes us stronger. I'd like to thank everyone involved behind the scenes for bringing this to a swift and positive conclusion. We're all excited to see Joelinton in Newcastle shirt for many years to come. And there's a few points to pick up from this. I think first off, that last line, he's thanked everyone anyhow for the work behind the scenes. You've got to remember, this has been done without a director of football, because Dan Ashworth has been on gardening leave while talks with Manchester United, happen, and Newcastle look for a bit of money if they want to break that gardening. So this is falling on Steve Nixon, chief scout, who brought Joelinton to the club in the first place. He scouted him, recommended him, sorted that one out. And the Monastery's also reportedly had a big say in this. And what it's shown is that Newcastle United work just fine without Dan Ashworth, you know, without that director of football in place. Of course, they are searching for a director of football. They have candidates. They've, you know, gone to an outside recruiter to find these candidates. There'll be interviews and they'll hope to have someone in by the summer transfer window, you would think. But what it has proven, if that isn't possible, if they don't find the right candidate, the likes of Steve Nixon, who was being touted by some to step up, well, look, if today's news on the contract is anything to go by, he's not a bad person to have as an option. And I think just in general for Eddie Howe, this is a massive, you know, tip of the hat to him, because it's quite clear he didn't want to lose Joelinton. It's quite clear his feelings on Joelinton, that he is absolutely crucial to what he wants to achieve. And he would have made that clear. We cannot lose Joelinton. We need to sign him up. And the board have gone away, those who've, you know, done the talks and done the negotiations, and they've given Eddie Howe what he wants. That is a massive pat on the back. It's a massive show of support in what has been a difficult season. And anyone question Eddie Howe's future, to a degree, I think this is a really positive sign for Eddie Howe, that even Newcastle don't get Europe, and we hope they do, Eddie Howe's not going anywhere. We know he's got the support of the board anyway, but I think this is another tip to him. Of course, Newcastle have just secured a massive asset. They're not going to lose him on the cheap in the summer. Anybody that wants to come in is going to have to pay a lot of money for him. But I think just giving Eddie Howe what he wanted as well says a lot about the future and Eddie Howe at Newcastle United. And of course, there's been reaction from Joelinton's teammates, lots of reaction on Instagram from the likes of Joe Willock, Fabian Schär, mostly in the form of emojis, but his countryman, Bruno, has posted quite a long post, and I'm going to just read it out there. I've translated it because it was in Portuguese. Very happy for you, my brother. Only those who are with you every day know how much you dedicate yourself to your work. May it be wonderful years and years. And then he finishes off with an exclusive, which I'll not repeat. I'll let you kind of maybe imagine what it is. I think it's a dodgy translation. But however, you know, Bruno clearly happy that his Bezimara and his countryman is here to stay for at least 4 years. And we know contracts don't mean they're going to let you be here for 4 years. But I think, you know, if Bruno's thinking about his future, if he's thinking, should I give Newcastle United one more year and see where the land lies? I think signing up Joelinton will probably persuade him to stop. I think he enjoys playing with Joelinton. I think them two together are really good. I think Joelinton makes Bruno a better player, actually, and Bruno's already a fantastic player. I think he'll be over the moon at that. And yeah, you know, you can read what you want into Bruno's comments, and you can read far too much into them. You can read as little into them, but you know, may it be wonderful years and years. You know, some people are going to run with that and say, well, that's Bruno committing his future. We'll wait and see. He's on a big contract. He's got the £100 million clause. It's going to take quite something to get him out of it. But this is just another, I think, kind of part of the persuasion to Bruno when they sit down in the summer, which I think inevitably they'll have to, because there will be interest. And Bruno might ask the question of, okay, you know, what is there for me? What are we going to do this season? You know, let's say we've got Europa Conference League, but what are we going to do in the league? Are we going to push for top 4, the title? Are we going to, you know, go further in the cups? You know, he's going to have to be persuaded that Newcastle is the ambitious club for him to stay at. Joelinton would have asked those questions. He's been persuaded. And I do think the fact that Joelinton has put pen to paper will help Newcastle United keep Bruno Guimaraes for at least one more season, hopefully a lot longer. But I think for at least the next season, he'll be here. And I think a little bit will be down to the fact Joelinton is staying. Let me know in the comments what you think. I am over the moon that Joelinton has signed this new deal. Like I say, my player of the season last year. They've missed him dearly. I love watching him play. His passion, his strength, the way you can just tell opposition players are scared of him, because when he's running them down, you can just see they're scared for their life, because he's an absolute beast. He's a tank in the middle. And the sooner he's better fighting fit for Newcastle United, I can't wait to see it. Great news, Joelinton, 4 more years at Newcastle United. Fantastic. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys very soon.